Oh, I didn't. I forgot to hit the live button. Sound check, sound check. Okay, I think the sound is good. All right. Sorry for the delay, guys. Running a bit late today. Just gonna get my screens all ready. Let's see. Just give me one moment. I'm just gonna get everything ready. Where's the folder? Oh, this one over here. Cool. Oh, right, Epic. All right. So after, I don't know, has anyone seen the previous live stream? I had a lot of difficulty running the Houdini to UE LiveLink. Like my computer kept on crashing. So that wasn't pleasant in the last live stream. I have now moved OBS, which is the streaming software that I use, and I've set it to use the second GPU instead of like all the applications like hogging over the dedicated GPU, but I'm not sure if it actually works because I read online that the OBS requires does the encoding using only the dedicated GPU, which is the first GPU plugged in, which is every application is using that. So I hope this will work. So how is everyone going? So Magnetic, good afternoon. Good afternoon. This should be good. I hope I don't disappoint. I hope it'll be good too. Eswar, hello. Jojo, hey Jojo. Hello Jojo. Yes, that was unfortunate. Yes, it was. It crashed like 3 times last time. Oh, I didn't expect that in the last live stream, that it would crash. So the last live stream didn't end up well. But I think I provided a lot of good tips for those, especially for those that were using, like me. Like I bought Houdini through Steam, and the Steam application wraps around the entire Houdini application. So everything's, all the installation folders are all in different places, which takes some getting used to. But there is an advantage of using this, buying Houdini on the Steam application, is that you can use it on multiple computers, not at the same time, but if you have like multiple computers, sometimes like at work or at, I don't know, an office that's really far on the other side of the house, who knows, I don't know, the backyard, or a laptop and a desktop, and you want to use Houdini without buying 2 licenses, the Steam application is awesome for that. So today we're going to explore. This is something I got working last night with the Unreal Engine, porting my Oliver KineFX rig into Unreal Engine 4. I'm just going to launch it. I'm just hitting the button over here. And then using the Houdini application to control the rig character in Unreal Engine. So that was something I saw on one of the demo videos shown by Sci-fi themselves. I'm just going to try. I know I have it bookmarked ahead of time. Just see if I can bring that up. I thought I had it bookmarked. I guess not. I thought I had it bookmarked over. Oh, right here. Oh, I'm staring right at it. Oh no, this is not the one. I guess I didn't have the bookmark. Sad. Oh, I know where I put it. Oh, I'm a little messed up. Let me grab that. Well, actually, I'm going to show you anyways. I don't even know why I need to grab it. But here it is. I just found it. So in one of the presentations by Sci-fi, I'm just going to turn off the sound. They did this demonstration with Houdini. So they're using this HDA and they're linking up Houdini's rigged character to, this is the rigged character ported into Unreal Engine. And they're controlling the Unreal character inside Houdini. So this is what we're going to do today. Except it's not as perfect as this. When I ported my character over here and then started controlling it, this character, the axis was turned around. So it's upside down. But it does work. So that's something I really wanted to share with you. I mean, it's still in the works, but I just couldn't wait. I mean, I thought about waiting. Maybe I should like get everything perfect, everything working correctly to a point, and then share it to you, but I just couldn't wait. Here it is. So let's start off. Here he is right now, but I'm just going to delete it, and we're going to do this from somewhat scratch. We're not going to rig him. We're going to take the rig and export it over. So you know, like, the whole workflow. So this is my teddy rig. So you've guys seen this. I mean, I've used this in almost in a lot of live streams before. This is the retargeting. We're not going to use this. So I'm just going to drag this down. In fact, let me just make it a different color. This is the retargeting. We're not going to use this. Just going to put this down. It's a lot of lines. Okay. Oh, this is the retargeting as well. This is the animations retargeting to Oliver. So we're not going to do that. We're actually going to manually control, like do the whole workflow. That was the whole point. Okay. So all we need is this little chunk. And that's a sneak preview. Here's the mesh, which is extremely large. This is the thing that I sculpted in ZBrush. This is the skeleton. The skeleton's right there. Let me make it bigger. 9. Okay, there we go. That's a bit better. So there's the skeleton. This is Oliver on templated. And if you've seen one of my previous live streams where I talked about how to use Kine-FX to rig a character, that's where this is all at. That's where this comes from. So that's not the focus of today. The focus of today is how to get this rig into Unreal Engine. So after you set up your rig, after you set up your character with your skeleton all already made, then you need your bone weights, right? So that's where this chunk comes from. This here. And sometimes if you ever want to like double check if it's actually working, so here, because it looks exactly the same thing. When you have your bone captures, which is actually just the weights of the bones, it looks exactly the same thing as your original teddy bear mesh. So there's no difference. And to just double check if it's working, this one over here with the bone mesh, with the weights, it has the bone capture data in the spreadsheet. So we can take a look here. There's going to be a lot of extra data, bone capture, bone capture, bone capture. So it's all that, it's all the data that will make him move using the skeleton. If we take a look over here, all that data is gone. Like we have all the rotation data and all, but that's just for the orientation. So this is the guy that you want, the one with bone capture. I actually need this. Let me turn that color back then. So we have this. This was retargeting him with the... Oh, actually, we do need the... We can use the retargeting, so I don't have to manually do it. That works too. So why don't we bring this back? So this is retargeting to the mixable martial arts animation. Oh, the bone deform is also down here. Bone deform, where are you? There you go. Oh, let me bring it all back up. I thought we could go without it. Guess not. This is the rig. Okay, let's do this. Oh, I think I was messing up with it last night, so mapping. Might as well just make a move myself. I'm gonna hook up the rig, and instead of the animation, let's move him ourselves, because I messed up the rig last night. Okay, just confirming. Okay, let's do this. I hope this looks familiar with all this rig stuff. This rig stuff is actually in the last stream. So I hope I didn't confuse you. So I'm not actually using the retargeting after all, because I messed it up last night. In fact, let me cut all these lines to make it more clear. Okay, that looks better. So all we have is the bone deform and the rig that is making it move by modifying the skeleton. All right. Now, first you need to download the, I'm just going to find that. Okay, here it is. First you need to get this. This is the LiveLink plugin. Now, be careful. This LiveLink plugin is not the same as another one that they have named. This one. So this is a Houdini engine for Unreal, and I believe it's called LiveLink as well on their YouTube video, where Sci-fi when they demoed it, they called it LiveLink as well. It's different from this one. So this is the one that was crashing my computer in the previous live stream when I had the tower, and I was porting over the tower into Unreal Engine. This is it. Now, the one that we're going to use today is this one, which is actually controlling the animation in Houdini. So just download this. When you come, let me put this link in the comments. When you come here, the one that you want is this release. This is the more stable one. I mean, you can try the experimental stuff here if you want. But the one that I'm using is this release one. So you can just click this and it'll set you a download link. Where's that download link? Okay. Well, anyways, you download this. And inside, because I've already installed it, I'll show you where it is in my Unreal Engine. Epic Games. Okay. Then you go to your Unreal Engine, which is 4.26, which is the one that they support. This one. Oh, the download link's on the bottom. Sorry. So this is the one I'm using. You come to where you installed your Unreal Engine. You go to Engine. If I remember correctly, it was Plugins, Animation, and then this is it. So you unzip this file here, and you put the Houdini LiveLink in here. Just copy it in and restart your Unreal Engine. So that's step one. Then when you open up Unreal Engine, you come here to the settings, the plugins, and there's a couple things you need to enable. First of all, right at when you have all selected for plugins, let me just talk here. All selected for plugins, come here, type LiveLink, I believe it's LiveLink. Make sure this is enabled. Now this LiveLink is the Unreal Engine native LiveLink. So here you see it's this LiveLink plugin tool is created by Epic Games. So that's the first thing you have to enable. Now this is not the one that I just showed you. This is not this. There's two things you need to enable. This comes shipped with Unreal Engine. So just make sure it's checked. And then the second thing that you need to enable is the animation. If you come here down in list built-in animation section, and you'll see a Houdini LiveLink. This is the second thing that you have to enable. So this is the one that we copied over here. That's this guy that we just installed, or I installed a long time ago, but anyways. So enable this, and then it'll tell you that you have to restart Unreal Engine, and then just do that. It'll open up automatically. It'll restart and open all your panels automatically. And after you get that done, then we're gonna come here, and I want to export this teddy bear with the rig to Unreal Engine. So we have our skeleton over here. So we have our skeleton over here, and we have our weights. Now this is important. This is the weights that you want. So those two things, you have to sort of like package it together into one FBX file. In Houdini, they have something called an FBX character ROP. Now this is the one you want. Drop it in. Let me zoom in. There's 3 inputs. The first 2 are the only ones we want, because you can ship it with ready-made animation. I'm not going to do that today. So because I messed up my rig. I messed up my retargeting rig. So that's for another day. Let's do this. The rest geometry. That's this one, not that one. So just to be clear, this one doesn't have the bone weight, bone capture data. This one does. So that's the one that you want. And put it into the rest geometry. The middle one is asking for capture pose, which is the skeleton. So let's put the skeleton over here. And that's this one over here, not the rig pose. I guess you could put the rig pose in, but if you have changes in the rig pose, it's going to mess it up. What you want, because we're exporting it, so you want everything to match up. Like the teddy bear's in a T pose right now, so you want the T pose skeleton here, come here, and then I'm just gonna export Oliver T pose, and everything's just default. Click save. Exports. Okay, there it is. So this is the one that we just created. This is the one that I was testing last night. Let's bring him in. So bring it into Unreal Engine. It's super easy. Just click and drag it, which is awesome. So I believe, if I remember correctly, I left everything as default. Now, if you have animations hooked up to the character, that's this third input. If we had populated this third input, then I would have used import animations, but I don't have anything there, so I don't need that. I'm gonna get a lot of warnings, a lot of like smoothing group, not make sure the smoothing group is enabled. I think you have to enable an option inside Unreal Engine, otherwise this keeps coming up. But it didn't really affect the rig that too much. So let's see. So this is our rig. This is the Oliver rig that I just imported over. So I'm just going to double click him. And that opens up this. So there's a few more things that we have to do. I'm just going to close this and so I can show you how to open it. You're probably going to see this right when you open this up. And in order to set up the Houdini LiveLink, you have to come over here to Windows and open up. This is the native UE LiveLink first. Open that up. So I have it docked on here. It'll probably come like this, loose, like undocked for you. If you want to just dock it, just click and drag it over. And it'll dock it up for you. Oh. Okay. Now, before we add the source in, before we add this source, because we're going to have to add it in like this, but before you do that, you have to actually start the server first in Houdini. So we go back to Houdini, and you're going to have to grab the HDA that comes with everything. So I've already done that, and once you have that installed, you're going to type it in and it's going to be there. This doesn't come shipped with Houdini yet. It's probably going to be a later thing that they're going to bundle into Houdini sooner or later. But I believe this tool is still in beta. So first, go back to your plugin. This is the folder that we copied over, that we downloaded from GitHub. Come over here, inside here, inside the content, there is an HDA. This is what you need to install into your HIP file. So let me just grab this link. Come over here, assets, install asset libraries. Just how you, it's exactly the same thing how you install some of my other HDAs, like the HDA for the vest that I had and the belt. It's very similar. Click this, accept, install it. Then this node will become available for you. Now it's important to note that you need to use the one that comes that you downloaded from the GitHub release, from this release over here. So you have to use the one that comes from in zipped up, extracted from this zip folder. Because I didn't know that. I didn't know that you had to use the one in here. I was actually using the HDA from here, and it didn't work out. Not with 4.26 to the least. I don't know. But anyways, just to let you know, use the one in here, which is this. Okay, now that we've installed the HDA, let me just move all this stuff out of the way. Oh my god. Okay. So we need to drop this down. This is actually a server that starts up on Houdini, and it sends all the information via a local port on your computer. So you drop this down. What you want to hook up to this, what do we want to send, is all the skeleton data. So this is the interesting part. We actually don't send any of the mesh data, which is probably makes it more lightweight and more interesting and more fast. I'm just gonna try and dual screen this. Okay. Hopefully that's okay. Let me enlarge this. Okay. So we hook that up to here. Oh, you're not going to see it anyways. Okay. Come here, though. What we need to do is, you'll see you need to start server. You have to start it up first. It doesn't give you any warning or anything. It's working. It's in the background. It's working. Just believe in it. Then you come over to Unreal Engine. Come over here to Source. Houdini LiveLink. Now, I don't know if this makes a difference or anything, but I changed this to 24 just because it's 24 FPS in Houdini. And then you press add source and it'll automatically create this virtual what do they call it, virtual source in Unreal Engine. If this comes up over here, like see, it created this source and it automatically created the LiveLink virtual source, then you know it's pretty much working. Because last night when I was using the wrong HDA, this virtual source never showed up. Okay, after you have all that done, so we're still in the rig panel inside Unreal Engine. I mean, I still see all over here. So come over here to preview controller under animation here, this guy. And choose LiveLink preview controller. Then what this is asking you what subject, which is this Houdini subject, this virtual source here. So come down. Well, I only have one, so. The problem is it turns out really, really small. It's actually there. But it's so small. Just give me one sec. Oh, there it is. That dot, right? Oh my god. Okay, I have to make this bigger. The size is... Oh, I lost it. He's right there. I can't zoom in very... Okay. I'm afraid to zoom too far in. Okay. But at least we found him. He's super tiny. And I don't know why it's not grabbing it. The reason why he's tiny is because look at the units. It's using the Houdini units. And it's transferring it over into Unreal. And Unreal is not that tiny. It's not in... Houdini units are in meters. Unreal Engine is not in meters. I think I can overcome this issue by making everything larger. But we can try that in just a minute. I just want to show you that this is working first. Somewhat working. If you can actually see that. I know it's really hard. Can you see his hand wave? That little tiny hand over there? This is as far as I got last night. But I was so excited. I believe I can overcome this axes issue. Like, this is obviously using the units in Houdini. Look at this. This guy is less than a meter. This is a meter, 2 meters by 2 meters. This is tiny. So if I make everything larger in Houdini, I think that'll fix this issue. The setup is horrendous, though. I hope they make this setup a little easier. Zhao Yang Dujo. Sorry if I got your name wrong. Awesome idea, Bubble. Oh yeah, the GPU. Yeah. I think you're talking about me putting OBS onto the second GPU. I don't know if it actually works though. because the encoding is a Windows controlled thing, and Windows 10 only uses the dedicated card, which is the first GPU, for the encoding. And that's like most of my video RAM. Magnetic. Will the hit file be available for this too? Oh, you want this kind? Sure. I'll fix them up. I'll see if I can fix up this dimension issue first. If I can fix that up, then I'll release the hit file. Because there's no point in releasing this. Look how tiny he is. I can release Oliver. It's not a big issue. Oh, but I'll probably release it just for the Perk 1 members only. Just because that wouldn't be fair to them if I just release it for everyone. So the hit file will be available for Perk 1 users and members. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce this. Either. I believe you can set the Houdini units, no? I have no idea. I've never done that. I've never had to set Houdini units like this. And I'm not like, I don't know how this might be because it's beta. Like I tried playing around with this. Like there are translators here that you can add, but none of them actually do anything. Like I did a bunch of stuff with this. It doesn't seem like it's changing it. Oh. I hope it doesn't crash. The spinning wheel of death. I get scared when I see the spinning wheel now. Okay, let it spin. I watch all your videos. You helped me overcome my fears of Houdini. Thanks a lot. Oh, no problem. I'm glad you like my videos. So tell me what other subjects you want to see. Just list them out. I might not be able to get to it right away, but it's nice to have a list. So when I actually have time, I'll work on it in the background. Magnetic, that would be awesome. Thank you. Yes, definitely. I'll make this available for the Perk 1 members. It's pronounced Youngin. Youngin. Is that correct? Youngin? Hey. Cool. Okay. So this is what I was working on last night. Let's see if we can fix this issue. This is so silly. It's like you should see, and he's upside down too. I don't know if you've noticed. So this is me last night. Is it moving? Is it moving? And then I see the hand moving. It's like a little bug far away waving at me. It was late last night. Hi. Come over here. Okay, what am I doing? Let's see if we can make it bigger. So the skeleton's over here. Okay, let me stop the server first before it crashes. Kill server. So once you kill it, you'll get this message requesting shutdown. That's all you get though. I'm guessing this is still in beta, so it's very primitive. And just believe that it's shut down. I don't know. Let's see. What should we do to make it bigger? So this is huge. We can use this size. Oops. So the size of this teddy is perfect. And then I did a match size. Let's take... Why did I match size? Okay, let's get rid of this. Let's delete it. Ground. Okay, we want to keep this. So this makes it align to the ground. I actually haven't done this before, so this is actually real time. Let's not. We don't need that. Yeah, let's just delete it. Let's be brave. Delete it. I don't need this. Oh, okay, maybe I do. Was that based on the bounding box? Oh, I had this expression here to find the bounding box. You actually don't need this. This is silly. I don't know why I was doing that. The bounding, all you had to do is this B box is a Houdini expression. Houdini expressions are like little small functions that you can actually put into the parameters of all the nodes. So like you can put it in here, you can put it in here, and put it in here. It's not VEX code. It's just a small function to help you in the nodes, in the node level, like in the parameters here. So just keep that in mind. What bbox does, what this particular Houdini expression does, is that it finds the bounding box of the geometry that you specify in the first parameter. So let me pull this up. So if you want to see what this function actually does, just type it in. Actually, let's do it from scratch. Let's go like this: bbox, and then put the bracket in, and it'll the pop-up tip will come up, and you can actually read what it does. So it goes like, returns a bounding box information for a surface node. Now this is really handy for looking up the parameter list, because it's really hard. Like, you're not going to memorize every single function and their parameters. This is nice to read, to know, okay, what parameter do I need to fill in? So this is asking for, the first parameter of the bbox is asking for a surface node. That's the geometry that you want to find the bbox of. For us, in this case, I want to find the bounding box of this teddy bear over here, which is so in the perspective of this transform node, we're coming from this transform node, and we need to go to the path of this teddy bear up there. So that's one level up. Or this is input 0. So these are all inputs. So we're plugging there's only one input, but it's still input 0. So what you put here, you can just put 0. I mean, if you're not sure, if not used to using the index values, what you can also do is put double quotes, come inside, go ... which tells Houdini, I want a path outside of this transform node, which is this other node. This file node is outside of the transform node. It's one level up. So we go ... and we go /, and you can actually look for it. So what is this file node called? It's called, I labeled it Teddy with UVs, right? So you can just go Teddy, and it'll try to like simplify it. You'll see it listed here sooner or later as you type more in. So you can do it that way. Double click that. So you can do it that way to find it. Or you can just put 0. 0 will always be like whatever is plugged into the first input. But the transform node only has one input, so whatever is plugged in, basically. Then you want the type. Now it tells you what type it is. Type is defined by dxmin, dymin, dzmin. So what this means is that I want the let's look at the bounding box. This is the bounding box. The y is this axis. Let me see if I can get my thing back. Oh, there it is. Okay, there's the widget. I don't know if you can see it on the bottom corner here. It's really light. Oh, there it goes. See that widget in the bottom corner? It'll disappear. It only appears unless my mouse is over here, which is silly. So on the bottom left corner, you'll see that the y-axis goes from up to down. So that's the height. So that's your dy min max values. If I wanted the top up here, what is the value up here with the highest tip point for this bounding box? That's the dy max. Dy min would be the bottom value here. But say, what if I just want the height? Like, I don't care like where it is and what the lowest and highest point is. I just want the height. Then that's dy size. So let me just list that. Y min. Let me do it here. Dy max. So this is the top. The highest point highest y value. How's that? It's probably easier. Lowest y value. And d size. This is like the height. So that's the height of the box, this bounding box. Now the bounding box is bounding around, okay, there, that's better. It's a bounding box of encapsulating Oliver, exactly. So it hits it exactly at the top and bottom, wraps around it. And I was using this bounding box to feed in, to find the ground, to find out how far I need to move Oliver. Because right now Oliver is beneath the ground plane, and I wanted to align him to the ground plane. So I was using the bounding box, but you really don't need the bounding box. You can just put the B box down, and then we'll just find the lowest point. The lowest point where Oliver's feet. I want the position of his feet. So that's dy min. That's the lowest point. So let's see what happens. Oh, let me put the render flag here. So he goes lower. He moves lower. That's not helping. That's not aligning him to the ground, right? Well, this is actually a negative value because his feet are below the ground. So what we do is we need to multiply it by -1. So just negative it, basically. And then he'll align exactly to the ground. So that was a mouthful. Oh yeah, if you find where the Houdini units are, that would be awesome. Let's see if we can still fix this though. Okay, enough of me explaining things. Let's try this. Okay, let me hook the skeleton. The skeleton is much smaller, so we need a match size. Houdini has this awesome function called match size, which automatically compares two objects and aligns their size together, which is awesome. Let me hide that first. Okay. Match size. So right now, the skeleton is much larger than the teddy bear right now. Well, you get the point. Okay, the skeleton's here and his 2 feet are there, so it's really small. So let's take the skeleton over here. We're trying to change the skeleton size. And then what do we want to match his size to? The teddy bear. So let's put that there. Okay, let's see what this does. Oh, actually, I should make it lower. Sorry, I'm just going to move it in the middle here. That makes more sense. Oh, there you go. Now, match size. I want to translate, yes. I want a scale to fit, yes. And I want uniform scale. Uniform scale will make sure it doesn't skew the geometry in any ways. For example, it might try to match XYZ exactly, but that, it might stretch him. This says only scale every single XYZ in the same factor, like by 2, by 3, twice as large. If you scale the height twice as large, you want the X and Z twice as large as well. So this is scale everything the same size, same factor. Okay, so the translate's not great. Okay, so we'll have to do a bit of manual movements because look at his ears. It's way off. Okay, but it matched it. It did a good job though. Look at here. It's all the way down there, that tiny little dot there. And then now match size, it made it nice, and at least the scale is right. We just need a minor adjustment. Okay, I'm just gonna pull this up. Transform, okay. Let me eyeball this. Okay, I think that's good. Let me take a look. Maybe a bit closer. too much. Okay, I think the scale is a little off though. Match size. So it says best fit. I want to use the Y. I want to use his height as the main factor. What this does is match the height first and then use that factor. What this does, it says like the Y axis will always match up. And then try to best fit the other two axes. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. I think that's as close as it gets. Okay. Okay, this is going to take a while to calculate the mesh node, just because I was running from a cache. So I had to update the cache. That's going to take a while. Let me take a look at the chat. Edit preferences, file, hit file options. Ooh, click down, arrow onto the limits. But it might not work for everything. Ooh, let's try this. This can be the next thing we try. But just let me try this first, this weight thing. And then I'll try the other one. I didn't actually know there was you can change the units in Houdini. Whoa, this is long. I hope it doesn't crash. Let's see, Epic. Has anyone tried the new Nanite? Oh, Unreal Engine 5? I tried it on the weekend. It's really awesome. But oh my god, the ancient world, that's the sample file that they gave us, the sample project file. It's so large. It's like 70 gigs. Oh, I saw a message. 1 second. Okay, no worries. Awesome. Okay, let's do this. Let me get rid of this. Rig pose. Okay. Just double check he's working. Okay, let's start the server. Great. I guess it didn't kill it. When I stopped the server before. Did I kill the server before? I guess not. Oh, I did. I remember. I showed you guys the request to shut down thing. I guess it didn't kill it. I might have to restart Houdini. I don't know. Okay, let's try this. I don't think it's working though. Kill server. Start server. Okay, let's try this. Let's add it again. Start server. Okay, let me restart this. Don't worry, I have this cached. So, I have this cached right here. So we don't have to go through all that again. Let me revert. Yeah, let's just close this. Sure. Just give me 1 second. Okay. Oh, here it is. Start server. Add the source. 24. Add source. Ooh, it didn't work. Oh, there it is. It's just slow. Oh, thank God. Okay, let's see where it is. No, it's still small. How could this be? I think it even shrunk. Is it me or did it shrink even more? Ah. Oh, if you ever want to focus on something, it's actually the same shortcut in Unreal. It's just F. But it's so small it doesn't really work. But at least it gives you a general position. I think it shrunk even more. The root bone is a lot larger, but everything else is so small. Okay, let's try that units thing now. Okay, how do you do? Okay, let's come here. Let's kill the server. Okay, so requesting shutdown, but I don't think this even works. Let's come here and let's delete this. It comes. So you can see it has disconnected because Oliver returns back to the large scale that he is. Let's try what that what ITER is suggesting. Click down in the arrow, edit parameters, hit file options. Let me move it over here. File, edit, parameter, preferences. What did you say it was? Hit file options. Oh, here. Units length. Like meters is 1. The value is set. 10 meters. That'd be 10 times. Let's do 100 meters because he's so tiny in there. Do I have to restart? Meh, I don't know. Let's just start the server. Start this. Let's see. Okay, no worries. I have. Yeah, project was large, but Nanite will package the meshes and make them lighter. Yeah, that's true. It played really fast. It's not for people with limited bandwidth. I kind of wish that Unreal Engine can just pack, like you can download it once into like a library and then just keep on getting everything from the library, like getting it so you only have to do it once. And I don't know, maybe do incremental updates. What I do in Unreal is that I have this one huge project that I download all the assets, and whenever I need the asset, I actually just copy the you have to dig into the folder. You have to dig into the Unreal Engine folder and find the asset that you're looking for, and then physically copy it and stick it into your new Unreal Engine project or whatever. It'd be nice to have a nice UI to do that for you. Okay. No. Did he grow or shrink? I can't tell anymore. He's just getting smaller. Is it just me or is it getting smaller and smaller? Oh, so small. Project weighed 25 gigs when packaged. Well, that's cool. That's an improvement. Way better than 70 gigs. This is entertaining on so many levels. You mean the small Oliver? The tiny Oliver? I like making the tiny Oliver wave. For some strange reason. I find that hilarious. For some strange reason. It's just me. I don't know. What is DOPS? It's dynamic operators in Houdini. So it's everything that... So let's just do something else before I start waving Oliver's hand again. So in Houdini, you have your object level. So this is the object level, which is where all your nodes are set up and everything is set up in here. Then you create your geometry, which you put like, it's sort of like a folder sort of thing where you actually put your work in, or you can actually do real work in, because there's very limited what you can do on this level. A lot of functionalities in here, a lot of nodes in here are not available on this object level. If you come into here, you have a lot more options. And when you come in here, there's something called a .NET. So everything in here is Houdini's dynamic operators. It's simulations, physical simulations, whether it's like particles, pyro, RBD, the works. So that's what they mean by .NET, DOPS. However, do keep in mind in the last couple of releases of Houdini, they have been mixing that border. Like they've been crossing the borders between the DOP land and the SOPs land. So inside this geometry level, like from the object, and when you go into this geometry, this level here is called SOPs. They've been actually introducing some new some of the dynamic operators and putting it into this level, so it kind of like breaks the rules a little bit, I guess. But it's for the better. It's for the better because it's more intuitive how everyone understands how SOPs works, or it's very intuitive to understand how SOPs work. However, DOPS is not as intuitive as for a beginner, for a complete newbie into Houdini. Because I remember I was very confused with this .NET thing. Even after you learn how to set it up and everything, it's not ready for use until you put in a complementary DOP import. So it's one of these nodes that you need. And what these nodes do, it extracts the information from this .NET and brings it up into the SOP level. So this is a concept that confused me for when I was learning Houdini at the beginning. And I think that's what Sci-fi had realized as well. So they started making all these newer nodes. So this RBD bullet solver never existed here before in, I think, Houdini 16, 15. Don't quote me on that. But in the early versions of Houdini, this never existed. Sup, dude? Are you going to move to Unreal Engine 5? I have it downloaded, but I'm afraid of streaming that because it probably crashed like crazy. But I did see someone stream demo play and stream it Unreal Engine 5 on a 8-core system with 64 gigs. So I mean, my machine exceeds that quite a bit, so I'm it should be okay. Maybe in a couple more days. Maybe let me do some testing first. So, okay, just give me a moment. Sorry about that. I'm back. Let's see. You have to save HDA and refresh in UE, no? It's pretty stable. It didn't crash for me. UE4? I was referring to UE5. I mean, what are you running? What am I running? I'm running RTX 2080. With the what is it? The 24 core Threadripper. I forgot the number. It's pretty stable at the moment. Yeah, it is stable now. Even though I have a dog water PC. Oh, what is your PC specs right now? Cool. What else did I wanted to show you guys? Oh, right. Since this was a really short demo, let me close some of the stuff first. I wanted to show you some of the text to speech stuff I was working on. Have gained some progress. If you've seen some of my recent Twitter feeds, it's sort of a sneak preview as to some of the experiments I've been working on with Houdini. And making the pig talk. I was trying to make the pig talk using an audio file to simulate some of the text-to-speech. Lip syncing. So normally, traditionally, when you do lip syncing, you would have a lot of manually sculpted or manually blended key shapes for the different syllables of the language, like the vowels A, E, I, O, U in English, and you have those different mouth shapes shaped out, like sculpted into your model. So I was trying to do the same thing here, but a very, very, very like simplified version. The mouth shapes don't really match up in this scene, because really all I'm doing is I reused. First of all, I rigged up this pig head using a very simple rig. I was using the lab's skeleton node to create a very simple skeleton version of his head, and then I modified the skeleton a little bit. But anyways, in the end, it looks like this. And the pig head is like this. So these branches here are controlling the upper and lower mouth. What I did after that is I created really simple, like they're nonsense blend shapes to try and imitate the A, E, I, O, U vowels. So what I have here, let's see. Oh, it doesn't work like that because I have it hooked up to something. This and then this one. So this is opening the mouth, just the bottom mouth, which makes no sense at all. And then I just wanted different movements to test if this was working. And then this opens the top mouth. This one, I don't know if you can see, it moves his cheeks a little bit. So just a teeny bit. So it just goes up there. This one moves the bottom just a little bit. And then I have all of that hooked up to blend shapes. There's actually, here I have 6 blend shapes, sorry. But 2 of them are actually repeated. If you look carefully, this is hooked up to it twice. And so is this one. Because I got tired of creating all these different shapes. So this is really, really a really quick test. What really took most of my time is in the chop net here. So I was using this. First, you need to record down these phonetics. Let me type this in. Let me go. So here, if you type in fem, and then come here, I just need the help file. I actually don't need that node. Oh, here it is. Okay, let me just delete this. So really, all I did was just read this table. Just read each word and pause just a couple of seconds, or just a second. Just pause a second so that it gives it a bit of silence, so Houdini will know which one goes with which. So all I did was read all this out, record it onto an audio file, make sure the audio file is AIF format, because I was actually using MP3 and that did not work. That just kept on crashing the HIF file. Stick it in here. You only need a mono channel. So over here, when you put it in, it comes up as here we go. It comes at 2 channels. I'm guessing this is left and right. So just delete one of them. I just deleted the second one. This is a really quick test. It was just me trying to make this thing work. So I'll probably slowly improve this. And then the voice split. Oh, I should actually show you the graph. So this is what it looks. Okay, I hate chops. This is really difficult. I don't know why the render flags it functions very differently. I think I need some time getting used to this. Chops is actually very fun, but I need some time to get used to this. It's very different from SOPs. So I deleted one of the channels because I only need a mono channel. Voice split it. So what this does, it splits every single one of those that list of the list that I told you about to read out. So it splits it into one channel for every single syllable that it can detect. So you come here, you're gonna have here I only have 7 channels because I deliberately did that. It ended up with a bunch of them. It was too much for me. Voice split. I turned up the silence. So this, I believe the default is 0.01. Here, let's move this down. Okay, it's starting to calculate. My fans are okay. I can hear the fans on my CPU. So you can see here, there's a lot more channels. Now you're gonna need a blend shape for every single one of these channels. And that is this thing. Oh no, not this thing. I shouldn't have closed it. That's the thing that this chart that you read out and you record your voice on. So that's telling Houdini these are the syllables to detect. That's what it is. That's just what it does. And then it splits it. So let me return this back to what I had. 0.355. So I only created 6 blend shapes, and they were really ridiculous blend shapes. They don't even make sense. They have to match. And then this is where the magic happens. This voice sync node takes your phonetic data. So this is the phonetic data what do you call it? I'm not sure it's called phonetic data, but it takes all that, the syllable data that you give it here. That goes into the first input here. This is the audio where I'm ridiculously saying random stuff in here to make him move his mouth. So this is the actual data that you want to animate with. And you stick that into the first input. And what this node does, it'll take the audio data and try and recognize the syllables given the spectrums, because you're going to feed it all the spectrum data, all the audio spectrum data, and it's going to try and find and match it to this audio file that you feed it. And what you get a bunch of on and off information. It should be the same number of channels. Oh, I don't know where to put this. Okay, it should be the same number of channels plus a silence. So what this happens here is each channel has information saying, okay, here, I can actually show you. So here I've isolated one channel. Let's take this off. Channel, I don't know, 1. Okay, so this is channel 1. You can see that this is where it detects the syllable for channel 1. there's the second time it detected it. So it gives you a 0 and 1 value. This is a perfect scalar value that you can use to link up to your blend shape. And whenever you detect the A, E, I, O, U, whenever you detect the it'll turn on. It'll turn on the blend shape. And then when you combine all the vowels and all the phonetic data together, you'll get speech. Theoretically. I haven't done the whole thing yet. I only have 6 blend shapes right here, so it's very choppy. Let's go back up. I can actually play this. I don't know if you can hear it. I don't know if you can hear the audio. That's just me saying testing, testing. Which is on my Twitter feed if you want to see the thing. Okay, there's a bunch of messages. 1 second. What did I miss? I was talking about UE5. The specs. Refresh in okay. GTX 970, i5 960. Cool. I got a 3070. It should not be a problem. Me, I guess. That's is this an RTX card? Or the Threadripper 3070? Brian I don't know what that means. Sorry, I don't know what this is. Oh, lip sync. Yeah, I finally got that working. I got the thing working. It drove me nuts. I was very obsessed with this for the past 2 to 3 days, I think. It took me a while to get this working. It kept on crashing like crazy. Every single time I would click this, it would just crash. And it turns out, I believe, the issue was that I was feeding an MP3 file into it. And I guess because MP3, the MP3 I was using had like 1,020, I think it was 120 kilobytes per second. So it's significantly almost 3 times or twice and a little bit more bit rate than this. I guess it was too much. I don't know. But anyways, AIF works fine. 2060. Houdini interesting. Lip sync. Min is 2060. Cool. I'm afraid of using UE in general because blueprints. It's too bad. Oh, I'm gonna dig more into UE, and then all the assets will be made in Houdini, and I want to really tie in these 2 powerful softwares because I believe there's so much potential between UE and Houdini. So we're gonna don't worry about this. We're gonna dig into Blueprint soon. It's easy. Ider's the guru in this. Even I'm a beginner in Blueprint. Do you think that you had an accurate blend shapes? The results would be more accurate. I hope so. I have to do a whole test, like all the way end-to-end test to be sure. Because right now it's really choppy. If you look at some of the results I got on the Twitter feed, it's really choppy. But at least it's a proof of concept. Oh, I'm happy to cooperate with you, man. Do you do the programming? I do the hardest part. Nice combo. I actually never used ChopNet. Yeah, I didn't either. I don't use well, I've used it before, but only for random to randomly animate data. Like if I wanted something to randomly jump around, I would use ChopNet. Because if you do like this, it's very good for random motion. If I want to make the sphere jump everywhere, just randomly, what you can do is right click this, the height. It doesn't matter which one. I just wanted to use the height. I believe it's channels. Okay, channels. There it is. Is it? Create. Motion effects. Here it is. Motion effects. And then just pick a noise. So let's just do noise here. And then just come back up. Here's the sphere. Okay, let's play it. See? And then you got random noise. Okay, let me turn this off. So that's all I've ever used it for, but apparently it can do a lot more. ChopNet can be used for lip sync. I stumbled upon this node just, I think, yesterday. And it was like finding gold. Side effects getting created with their names. Jojo, do you work with Houdini? I do. Rigid bodies or character environment, vellum, hair and clothing. Rigid bodies, I do not need them for my projects. Don't need buildings, weapons. Ooh. Props. Buy them. Yeah. It saves a lot of time. You just buy the assets. Working on, I used to work in 1 3 months ago, but again, I'm too bad with blueprints, so I stopped. No sound. How your name on Twitter? Oh, yeah, that's true. I've mentioned my Twitter feed for so many times. I should actually post it up. So this is it. So since we're here, so this is the fourth test. This is the one with the blend shapes. It's really choppy. Look at that. Not great. But I think if I get more blend shapes in, like this is just 6 blend shapes. So it's not very good. I think if I get all, like at least 20 or 30 blend shapes, I'm hoping, I wonder, does anyone know if I can just buy a model that has these, the lip sync rigged or blended in with the blend shape keys in, and I can just use that and just hook it up. That would be nice. I don't want to manually sculpt it in. Oh, I lost where it was. Okay. RTX 3070 OFC. That's an RTX card. This stream has been so cool. Thank you, Bubbles. Oh, I'm glad you like it. Yeah, I'm going to end off the stream soon. I'm getting really thirsty. Actually, let me get a drink. Jojo, what kind of games do you work on? Sci-fi, cool for you. Horror, drama. Horror, no, I can't take horror. Go with drama. Feel free to ask for my help. I'll assist you gladly. Cool. On anything? You'll assist me on anything? Do you know of any good characters that I can buy that is not too expensive, that has all the blend shapes in? If you have that, that will really help. Hard pass. I'm working on a sci-fi game. Dead Space style. That's why I asked bubblepins to make a limb grow on a character. Oh, that was you! Yeah, that's on the list. That's on the list. I was gonna, that'll be the next thing I do. It's just that I was working on this when I saw your message. Just wanted to finish this first. I have a lot of ideas for this limb growing thing. I don't know if I need to, but I might get this software. I think it's called VectorGen. What it does, it creates... No, that's not it. Oh, what was it called? Vector Ray? It was EmberGen? Oh yeah, this is it. Vector Raygen. What this software does, it creates velocity fields for you in a very, very quick and easy way. And what I was going to use this for was like the disintegration part of the limb. I think that would be so cool. So I'm hoping that the disintegration will be very similar to what I did with to this stuff with the text, to the disappearing act of the text words that I did. Except the limb will be animated. So I guess first I'll get the limb disappearing first. Then I'll get it working with the animation. One step at a time. I think this will be cool. But I've been looking for an excuse to get this software. It's just putting more of a budget onto the monthly works, because it's growing more and more. The amount of software subscriptions, it's just getting really silly. Oh no, I lost word. Oh, here it is. Okay. Get a room, guys. I need custom assets. I can't really buy them. Yeah, sometimes it's a nice taste. It's a nice flavor if you create your own assets, like from complete, but it's a lot of work. Can you imagine every lamp, every building, every little bit of thing you're gonna have to create your own? It'll be tough. If you use Unreal Engine, I believe they have a lot of free assets, and you can start with that. So all the basics, all the really simple stuff like the buildings, garbage cans, the what is it called, mega scans, they have a lot of 3D assets that is very, very, very realistic, very nice, and it's optimized. So as long as you're not earning over 100K, I think it's free. You have to pay on Epic Games 5%. I believe it's 5%. Don't quote me on that. You look it up first. If you earn over 100K. Can you try with CC3 character? Yeah, that's definitely something. I have so many things working in the background. I've been trying to get more out of this character creator software that I got. Oh, what was the tutorial? The tutorial I never got to finish. I only watched half of it and I had to like do something else. For the skin gen, I haven't even fully used this software. Yeah, I need to get more out of it. I need to actually learn how to use it though. I feel a human head would be much easier than a pig. Probably. The pig is just there because it's like one of the test. Oh, sorry, we're in the chop net. It's one of the test geometry with a mouth open. I would have used the rubber toy, but the mouth, there's no hole for the mouth for the rubber toy, so I can't make him talk. It's sealed up tight there. The pig was the only one with lips or some sort of mouth open to make him talk. But you are right. A human head would be much more pleasant. There's other options for fin and blend shapes. Some DAZ models. I don't have DAZ though. On Blueprint. Do you know how to keep immersive material visible in UE4 for when far away? I had to get back to you on that. I'm still learning UE too. I'm not. Ask me a Houdini question. I might have better luck with you. Eider, I can help on Blueprint. Yeah, Eider is he's the dude for that. That kind of related to you. The hello BP. Nice to hear you live. Awesome. Oh, Iroslav. Sorry, I still know how to pronounce your name. Iroslav. I'm glad you made it to one of my live streams. Awesome, welcome. But I'm just about to wrap up. Do that. Hi, thanks for making content. Oh, thank you for watching. You're right, I can buy small stuff. What I meant is you need custom vehicles. Oh, yeah. Those are fun to make. But they are very time consuming. Oh. I only use Houdini for basic sims and stuff, so I wouldn't know that pig head existed. Yeah. The pig head is fun because it's hilarious. All right, guys. I think I want to wrap it up. It's been I think an hour and a half now. I'm starting to exhaust myself. Only use basics. Yeah. Daz is free and cheap. Oh, Daz is free? I didn't know that. I'll give it a try. Yeah, because sorry, with me, it's always around the budget. Because my budget is starting to get really tight since I'm using more and more softwares. The subscriptions are piling up. Thank you for your beginner videos. Awesome. Thank you for watching them. Jojo, UV's far away. What setting is that? Cool. I think we'll just wrap it up. I'm just gonna take a quick look and see if I have anything else. No, that's good. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to talk about. Cool. Awesome. I wanted to thank everyone for coming today and for showing up for the stream. Just because it was such short notice. I know. These are like pop-up casual ones. I will do a more official one where I actually show the live build once I have this more perfected. Just because this is really choppy. Like this thing here is really choppy. I'm gonna try and improve this a little more, and when I actually get it to a level that I'm satisfied with, I'll do a more of a official format live build of the whole setup. Awesome. Thank you all for joining today, and I hope you have the awesome rest of your good day, and I'll see you guys the next time.